Oh. You there, Paige?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Could you hear me before?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to leave it unmuted because for some reason I was muted too. So, guys, if you'll just mute out your line so that the recording is clear. Okay. So I'm going to start, as we always start, with our Friday team call, reading the numbers. So this week we have Ed W. with 1 application for $400. And congratulations, Ed, first-time writer. And we have Cliff J., 2 applications, $422. Chris H., 1 application, $516. Lori J., 1 application, $528. Phil G., 2 applications, $659. Donnie C., 2 applications, $710. I did start the recording, Chantal.
Okay.
And Jennifer C., 1 application, $980. Sarah Z., 2 applications, $1,106. And then we have Dallas G., 2 applications, $1,291. And awesome job, Dallas, first-time writer. We have Colby W. with 2 applications for $1,442, also a first-time writer. Great job, Colby. Brian W., 1 application, $2,193. Janine A., 4 applications, $2,810. Tisha R., 2 applications, $2,918. And Tisha R., glad to see you back, Tisha, 2 applications, $2,918. Dawn T. with 3 applications for $3,950. We have Chantal W., 5 applications, $4,717. We have Kayla R. still riding her wave of consistency and momentum with 6 applications for $6,567. And then myself with 9 applications for $9,513. So, guys, that is a total of 17 writers writing 46 applications for a total of 40,722. So that's 46 families helped. It's a great week. It's nice to see some new names on the board, and great to have all you guys back that have maybe not been as I haven't seen your numbers in a week or so. So I'm glad to have all of you back. So this morning, Chantal and I kind of wanted to follow up on the great call we had last week. We had Kayla talking about what she's doing to change everything and get things on a really good roll. And as you can see, she is still doing that with her numbers this week. And that's something that we all hope for in this business, and instead of hoping, we now need to start taking actions towards it. So I want to start off by just kind of putting it out there to everybody. You know, we've talked about May is a 5-week month. We just got through the first week. So now we're down to 4 weeks, which makes it like a normal month. So the question is, did you take advantage of this extra week or not? And if you did not, the good news is you still have a whole month ahead of you, which is 4 weeks. I want to point out that FFL gives us the producer levels. I'm not sure if all of you are aware of them. To be a bronze producer, you are issue paying $10,000 a month. To be a silver producer, you're issue paying $15,000 a month. Gold producer is $20,000. Platinum is $30,000, and diamond is $40,000. So as we are talking today about mindset and momentum, you know, all of you, we talked about your number last week, but let's put that with one of these levels and, you know, kind of add that into what you're thinking. If you're saying affirmations and you're saying, you know, I'm going to issue pay $25,000 this month, add in there, I'm going to be a gold producer. Really, really help yourself by getting focused on that. And everyone should be aspiring to move their way up this the levels here. So, Chantal, if I got you with me?
Yes, I'm here, Paige.
Okay, great. So, Chantal, why don't you start a little bit with some mindset stuff that we were talking about earlier this week?
Yeah, so, I've been talking to a few people this week, and I've had a few things on my mind that I just want to put out there. And first off, everybody that's on this call, you're doing what most people won't do. And on a regular, guys, the insurance industry can be very, very lucrative. But if it was easy, everybody would do it. The fact is that most people think it's going to be easy. So they're like, yeah, they're gangbusters. They're going to go. They want to do this. But then when it comes time to actually doing the work and they see that you actually do have to work, they're like, okay, forget it, I'm out. So everybody that's on this call, that's not you, obviously. You obviously are dialing in. You obviously are putting in the work and putting the steps ahead that you need to do. But this business can beat you up. But you have to really be intentional about your mindset and that you can do this. I was talking with an agent this week, and, they were like, I'm having trouble on the phone, and I've been dialing for a while, and, I've only got one appointment. And it's like, yeah, that happens. It's going to happen. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been in this business. You're going to have days where you have to work harder than others. They're not all going to be easy. If they were all easy, how many insurance agents would be in this business? There would be so many. But it's the people that stick to it, the people that don't give up, the people that believe in themselves, the people that keep the mindset, the people that put the work in to make sure that, when the going's tough, they just got to keep going. And that is, I guess, really what, because I do think that there's been a lot of people lately that have had, including myself, that, sometimes it's a bit of a struggle. Sometimes our numbers are not where they need to be. Sometimes we have to work harder. Sometimes we have to book more appointments. Even if we book a lot of appointments, sometimes it doesn't work out. But you just got to keep the activity going. You got to keep the mindset remember why you got into this business. Why? What were the reasons? For me, originally it was I wanted to make some extra money for our family. Well, then it turned into I'm going to either relieve my husband's financial stress or I'm going to make enough to keep my girls living the way they want to live, whether or not I'm married or not married. So go back to the why. Why did you want to do this business? Why is it important for you to keep going? And what are you going to do to keep your mindset? Are you doing daily affirmations? It sounds hokey, guys. It really does. And I, didn't used to do this. But every morning it's going to be a great day. And everybody's going to pick up the phone. Everybody's going to buy insurance. And also, where you want to go, like Paige was saying, what kind of producer do you want to be? What is your goal? And saying that to yourself every day. I'm going to be a gold producer. I'm going to be a platinum producer. I'm going to be a diamond producer. I'm going to be Hall of Fame. I'm going to be VP. When you put that out there to yourself, it's amazing how you start to go towards. It's kind of like I'll make the when I first moved to North Carolina, my husband used to race mountain bikes. And when he was teaching me how to, like, drive single track, right, he was like, okay, now when you go down these ravines, whatever, don't look in the hole. If you look in the hole, you're going to land in it. And that's exactly what happened. I looked in the hole, and I went asses and elbows everywhere. I landed in it, flipped my bike because I looked in the hole. So it's been like an analogy that I've used going forward in life. You know, if you look in the hole, that's where you're going to go. I've proven it, like, quite literally. So look to where you want to go, and it'll be amazing how you can get yourself to be there. Do you have anything to add to that, Paige?
Yes, actually. First of all, that was a great analogy, and I'm glad I was muted because I started laughing at the asses and elbows. I'm sorry, Chantal, but I did. No, but that's a great analogy. Looking in the hole, I mean, wherever you're looking, that's where you're going to go. So, guys, I just want to throw a couple things in here to reinforce, if you will, Chantal, what you just said. What you think about, what is on your mind, that is what you attract to you. If you guys have not read the book, The Secret, I highly, highly recommend it. When we send out today's call, I'm going to send out a video, too, that has, like, Denzel Washington and Jim Carrey. I know you guys know those names, and those people are wildly successful at their acting careers. But they started off envisioning it. I mean, Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for $1 million and put it up where he could see it every day. And he was like, I'm going to get paid $1 million for acting, okay? And he did. So if you have not read The Secret, I cannot recommend it enough. And then, because literally what you are focused on is what you are drawing to you. So if you're looking in the hole, right, Chantal, you're going to land in the hole. The other thing I want to mention is, Chantal, you said, oh, my gosh, it just left me. The why. You know, refocus on your why. And a lot of you guys are new. Have you developed a true why? Now, I know everybody starts because they want money, okay? That's a good reason to start. It's a good reason to keep working. But this business, when it gets hard, when you're on that roller coaster and you're on the downward spiral or looking in the hole, your why needs to be good. The other thing is, when you're on the upswing of that spiral, like things are going great, you're doing great. I mean, Kayla is consistent right now. It's real easy to lose focus of your why there, and then the next thing you know, without even intentionally doing it, you're going back down, you know, in the dip of the roller coaster. Your why needs to be strong enough that when things are awful, it gets you moving. It also needs to be strong enough that when things are good, when your bank account looks better than it has, that you don't take your foot off the accelerator, that you've got your why in front of you, whether it's a vision board or you've got it written out or you say it as part of your daily affirmations. Your why needs to be strong enough that you keep going. Even when it's going so good, you feel like it's okay if I just take one day off this week. You know, I've done that. I've consistently done that. I'll have enough money in my bank account. I'll get a little bit relaxed. And I'm not talking like thousands, guys. I'm talking enough to pay the bills that are coming up around the corner. And I'm good for a week's worth of leads. And I'll just like, whew, you know, I'm not a spring chick. I'll be tired, and I'll think, well, you know what? I worked hard. I deserve a day off. But what happens is that messes up your momentum. And the consistency drives this thing, keeps the momentum going, but the why is the real indicator. So if you haven't developed that strong why that's strong enough when you're down in the dumps, you have looked in the hole and you've fallen into it, asses and elbows everywhere. Love it, Chantal. Or you are sitting like where Kayla is right now and third or fourth week of consistent good numbers, it's easy then to say, okay, I deserve a day off. But if your why is big enough, you won't do it. So I think that's really important. And, guys, I was struggling. I had the best month ever in March, best month ever. had the best surprise ever for everybody that was in the Raleigh training. You all know about that. I don't think that went to my head, but I do think I felt like I'm on a good roll. And I felt like these affirmations have worked. Hokey as they sound, I said them every single day for the month of March, and I issue paid over $35,000. I had literally $30,000 deposited in my bank account. And so I was like, I'm good. These affirmations worked. I don't need to do them anymore. Not every day. Maybe on a day I wake up feeling tired or something, I'll say them to kind of jazz myself up. Well, I kind of missed the boat of what daily means in daily affirmations. And, I did not do. I think I barely cleared 20,000 in April, and that's not where I want to be. That's not where I want us to be for our team goals. So, I think we've got two different aspects looking at it here, and I think everybody needs to take, I don't want you to take time off of dialing or running, but do take a few minutes and evaluate where you are, evaluate where you want to be, and then really work on how you're going to get there.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, Paige, but I do a lot while I'm driving, because what else are we going to do? You're driving to appointments, and very often I'm 2-3 hours, and that's time that I've tried dialing, because I know some FFL people dial while they drive. I'm going to get in a car wreck. I can't do that. So,
Me too. Me too.
So, but I can listen to calls. I can listen to Dave Anderson podcasts. I can do my affirmations in the car. Heck, I even do some exercises for, physical fitness, things that you can do sitting. So I spend my time. I try to spend my time wisely, and that's starting to become a routine that when I first start driving, it's going to be about my day and where I want to go and what my affirmations are. Where do I see myself? Where do I see my team? Some of my affirmations are helping my team get to where they want to go, and
yeah.
And if they don't get to where they want to go, how can I become a better leader? What could I do differently? And then talking to other people, that's very important. This business can be very lonely. So reaching out to other people that are doing what you want to do, so, I have various people, and they don't live close to here, but, people all over the country that I've become friends with at FFL that do better than I do, that I will reach out to them when, I can feel myself going to a place maybe that's not where I want to be, or I know I need to improve on something. So I'm going to reach out and talk to that person that is going to help me see things differently. So I encourage everybody to do that. It is so important to work on yourself. It's so important to keep your momentum up, and to keep the drive going. And yes, there's hard times. There always will be. It's not easy, but keep your head up. Keep going. The only way you're going to fail is if you quit. Do you agree, Paige?
Very true words. Very true words. And, I totally agree with everything that you do in the car. I do the same thing. And I find if I'm not consciously doing one of those things, that I've got that self-talk going in my head. And if you're not careful and you don't get tuned in, sometimes it will be a negative self-talk, I'm tired. Gosh, I wish I didn't have to drive 2 hours today. These people better be home. I'm driving 2 hours a day. And then it, the self-talk keeps going. But if you are tuned in and you catch yourself and you flip that over to your affirmations, or even saying, everybody's going to be home today. I'm going to help every family that I have on my calendar today. Again, I'm just putting it out there. And guys, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, use all of it for you. Use all of it for you. And don't forget that Chantal and I are here. We are not perfect. We look in the hole. But we also are getting a lot better at catching ourselves doing it and trying to repair it. So reach out to us, reach out to other people who are, again, where you want to be. That's not to say, don't have a friend in the business that you guys are trying to work together. But, if you do have a situation like Chantal and I have been trying to build this from the beginning together. And I know in the beginning we had a lot of phone calls, Chantal, that probably weren't very empowering.
Right.
But we got smarter about it. And, I will call her and she'll call me, how's your day going? And I'm like, 3 no-shows. She goes, good, you got those all out of the way. The rest of them are going to be home. You're going to be able to help them. So now our conversations are like that. So if you do have a friend, you're working on it, be sure you catch yourselves. Don't talk negative together. Don't spend your time gossiping. Spend it putting the good stuff out there, talking good, building each other up, but also be reaching out to somebody who's higher than you are. And that doesn't just have to be us. The entire FFL is here. Like I can tell you guys, James Weir called one of my agents yesterday personally. And he didn't spend but about 5-10 minutes on the phone with him, but it made a huge impact. So you guys, everybody is here for you. So don't feel like you're stuck with just us.
Right. And another thing I wanted to mention too, Paige, because I think when we were agents, like I'm thinking back, right? Like back before you and I were really trying to build, when we were part of Dom's team, and we were going, I don't know that we truly grasped how important it was, like what we did, like that we are a team and everybody matters. Every single one of you matter. So like when we put out goals, we say, hey, what do you want to do for the month? And hey, what can I do to help to get you there? And do you got the lead flow? We are not trying to micromanage. Okay, I want to be straight. What we're trying to do is make sure you get to where you want to go, and also as a team, how that's going to help. As a team, each individual person, like one person falls off, and they might think they don't matter, but it is going to matter. It's going to matter to the overall team on what the numbers are. I look at. I'm not going to complain about April because I can look in the mirror about April.
Yep.
However, we were like 2,000 off from 2,000 less from where we were the month before. So to me, that's not terrible. Dom's saying, hey, 2 months in a row, that's good. But I'm looking at it like, right, but it should have got better. We should have done better. Our, my team's numbers have improved. Like people's issue paid numbers have gotten better. So it should have been an increased number. And each and every person matters when it comes to that. So like, don't think you're not important. Don't think like even if you issue pay one app, like that counts. Like every little bit matters. So we would love to help everybody get to where they want to be. And, I know I've talked to some of you, and some people got certain things that are kind of hanging up and holding back and moving forward. They're trying to get to moving forward. But we're here to help. We want to keep the momentum up. May's going to be a big month. Personally, I'm not where I want to be at all, but like I said on the app, I've increased my leads. I'm increasing my productivity. I might spend more time on the phone because I definitely need to make sure that I make it happen. And it might be hard. I think the weather's getting nicer. I don't feel like this week I'm on the phone. I was finding, hey, I'm spending a lot more time on the phone and not a lot of people picking up. It rained here a lot in North Carolina, so I don't know whether people are just out and enjoying the finally nice weather or what. But the good news is we can spend more time on the phone. We can alter our schedules to make sure that our dial time is going to be long enough to still make sure that we get our appointment goals set. So, you do sometimes have to tweak your schedules. make it happen.
Yep. And you know what, Chantal, you bring up a really good point. When we were getting started, I felt like I was working for me and my family. I think you felt like you were working for you and your family.
Right.
And things really changed when we started feeling like we were working for Golden State. We were working for Dom's team. We all pulled together for a common goal, and it's amazing what that does, because not only did we help Dom reach his goals, but we helped ourselves reach ours. It becomes a win-win situation. And let's not forget, in the grand scheme of everything, people, when we are winning, it's because we are out there protecting families. And that's exactly, Sean named this company Family First Life because we're supposed to put those families first. You know, our bank accounts matter. You know, our mindset matter. Our team matters. But what matters most is the families that have filled out that lead because they don't know where else to go to get help. So I hope this hasn't felt down. I hope this has made everybody feel like, you know, you need to spend 30 minutes or so on some self-reflection, on some whys, and also feel free to reach out to us or anybody in FFL and start to build those connections. And let's all go do it for the families we meet with, for our families, and for our team, which is still helping Dom because he still has goals, as we all do. So, guys, I hope you found this beneficial. We'll get the recording out. We're going to send it with that video, the Law of Attraction video. And, again, highly recommend reading The Secret for any of you who want to look further into that. And let's go make it a big week. Second week of May, we got a lot of things to accomplish and a lot of things to show everybody. Bring attention to our full team nationally across FFL. So appreciate all of you, and we'll talk next Friday.
Bye, guys.